Mm, You know, everybody can hear many CPA presentations and insurance, but this is truly, I think, unique and something that actually, looking at the statistics, probably a third of any audience would probably need her services for. And I think she will break it down a little bit on how you can reclaim your happy. And it's actually not rocket science or brain surgery, right, Amy? So no brain surgery needs required to
Exactly.
reclaim your happy. So here it is, Amy Saint-Hilaire, reclaim your happy. Take it away and welcome.
Yay. Okay. Thank you, Carl. That was very nice. Okay. So I am Amy St. Hilaire. I'm coming at you live from Aliso Viejo, California. And the deed to my house actually says Laguna Hills. So, it's just perfect. I was here. My house was here before Aliso even existed, and it was considered Laguna Hills. So I'm happy to be here. We're going to talk today about how to reclaim your happy. I'm going to share my screen, and this is simply to keep me on track because otherwise, who knows? I could just talk about this stuff forever and ever and ever. Okay, I presume you can see this, yeah? Okay,
Yep,
so
perfect.
here I am. This is my professional shot. I've got my ebook here, How to Reclaim Your Happy. I'll drop a link soon down into the chat below. And this is me and my family. This is a couple of years ago, but we've hiked, I don't remember what it was called, but some really cool steep hike up near Yosemite. And we felt pretty heroic when we got up there. We love as a family. We've got my daughter who's now 14 and my son is 12. They're finally back at school, and we love to do outdoorsy things. We love to camp, if you can imagine, love to camp. So this was during one of our camping trips. So I like to keep everyone around me happy, including my family. So they've heard me talk about this stuff a lot. So today's learning points, I'm going to teach you the rapid brain reset, which is an antidote to discouragement, right? If you are a business owner, I'm guessing you may have experienced days or weeks or months where things maybe didn't go as you wanted. You maybe have had setbacks or obstacles. And this is a really quick way to reset and get rid of discouragement, because discouragement, you guys, it's like it doesn't help anything. So we just acknowledge it and go, okay, needs healing. Let's clear that out. So we're going to show you how to do that. I'm going to help you connect the direct line to your inner advisor. What? Yeah, for real. I'm going to help show you some easy ways to get your entire self on board, because in the work I do and have done for the last, oh gosh, 18 years or so, my work as a marriage and family therapist for 18 years, as a mindset coach for the last 5 years, is about helping people align, yes, the conscious, but get that straight on what their goals are, but also the unconscious and the body and the soul. Like when I say you, I don't mean just you, your conscious mind, right? Because you, your conscious mind could set a goal. I want to lose 20 pounds. And then your conscious mind watches your body have an urge or craving to eat Oreos, and you watch yourself with your conscious mind and full awareness eating a sleeve of Oreos. And you're like, well, how to lose weight? What is wrong with me? Have any of you ever felt that way? Like, oh, I know I shouldn't do this. What's wrong with me? Anyone? Anyone? I'm guessing maybe, because we're human, right? And we're all wired pretty much the same. We've got that conscious mind, but then we have the unconscious, and that's running its own routine sometimes, its own agenda. And the unconscious mind is storing every single thing we've ever lived through. So something might happen and you react a certain way, and you prefer to react maybe more calmly, but instead you lash out. Well, who knows? Maybe that's some old trigger to some anger button you've got, and it just got the best of you. Okay. So we've got the conscious, the unconscious, then we have the body. That's the part of it that like craves Oreos when we're trying to lose weight, right? The body also stores everything we've ever lived through. Okay. And then we have a soul, that bright, beautiful light inside us that never goes out no matter how dark things get. And I even think it's immortal. So that part of us is the oldest, wisest part of us, and it has lived through everything we've ever lived through. And if you believe in maybe past lives or future lives, I mean, that's a long time potentially, right? So it's old and it's wise, and we want to get the conscious, unconscious, body and soul working together and just lined up in alliance. When I say I want to triple my income, all parts of me are ready to do what I need to do to triple my income. Does that make sense, you guys? Yeah? Okay. So we're going to figure out how to connect that direct line to your inner advisor. And your inner advisor that's how I started all that, can quickly assess what's going on at the conscious, unconscious body and soul. So I'll talk more about that in a bit. And then we're going to get to 4 productivity hacks so you can work smarter, not harder. Does that sound good? All right. So I was alluding to the fact that sometimes our conscious mind is not always on board with our unconscious and our soul and our body. Furthermore, to make things even more complex, at the physical body level, we have a brain, of course. And there's a right brain part of us, and not part of us, but hemisphere. There's a right hemisphere and there's a left hemisphere. And we can see some of the things involved that the right brain is responsible for, including what I most noticed on this was in the moment. I'm guessing that anyone who's watching has had a nightmare. And when you wake up out of that, first off, when you're in the nightmare, if you're stressing, right? Your body's stressing because, at that point, the unconscious mind is having the nightmare. Your conscious brain's asleep. Your unconscious mind's having the nightmare. The body's having the physical reactions. Maybe the heart's beating. Maybe you wake up in a sweat. And then your spouse is like, honey, it was just a nightmare. It's just a nightmare. Now, that doesn't automatically trigger your left brain to go, oh, to get you out of the in the moment that you felt like you were in that nightmare and it was very real and your body's reacting if it's real, right? You don't go into your automatic logic. Like your spouse is seeing and they know it's a nightmare and they're trying to tell you, hey, calm down, it's all good. No, sorry. Something is happening where when we see brain scans of people who are having a panic attack or any distressing emotion that's charged, that's elevated, not like, I'm not just like, yeah, that's annoying. I'm like, oh, there's a charge to it. What happens is rainbow dye will indicate that the right brain is lit up with electrical activity. And I've seen scans where literally there's no rainbow dye showing electrical activity in the left brain. Now, this doesn't mean you're brain dead or there's anything terribly wrong, but it does mean that your logic is offline. So sometimes in our business, we might come upon things that are frustrating or upset us, and our logic may go out the window. And we are in the moment, feeling discouraged, stuck with our feelings. Maybe we get angry. Maybe we grudge out and are like, I'm taking the day off. I can't deal with this. Or we yell at someone, right? We want to be able to bridge. We want to create a brain bridge to get the left brain back online if we are experiencing a strong negative emotion. And keep in mind, no emotion is bad. They all serve a purpose. Some emotions feel good and some feel bad. So if you have a negative emotional charge and something is feeling bad, you might just say to yourself, is there something I could do to bring down the charge on this? And I listened to what Amy said, and maybe when I'm in this charged negative emotional state, maybe my right brain is a little busy and my left brain logic and my ability to see the larger picture, maybe that I could bring online more quickly than a week from now when I calm down about this or have the bigger view, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna look at, oh, interesting. Okay, we're gonna look at some, I forgot this was a stacked slide. We're gonna look at some easy solutions to do that. How do we create a bridge between the right and left brain when we're having strong emotions? We're gonna learn 2 techniques now. And I'm going to invite you to just try them with me, okay? The first one is the rapid reset, AKA butterfly wings, okay? So I'm going to take myself off share. There's no need to be on share right now. So you're stressed in any way. You want to get your left brain online because, back to the nightmare example, your spouse is saying, honey, don't worry, it's just a nightmare. Do you automatically go from like, oh my God, that was terrible. This guy was chasing me and then I jumped off a cliff and I was about to fall and then I woke up. Do you automatically go, conscious mind's awake now. Spouse reminded me, tried to remind my left brain that is a nightmare. And I'm like, totally. I need to get some water and go right back to sleep. Is that what happens? Because you can't talk the body out of a strong emotional reaction. It's like trauma. You can't talk the body out. Someone with PTSD, their heart starts beating fast. They're a veteran and a balloon pops at a birthday party. What do they think it is? They're not like, Just a balloon. Whoa, that was, they're ready to go into action. Why? Because that's a triggered, anchored response to something that was obviously most likely awful when they heard that sound in Afghanistan. I can't talk them out of that reaction. It's a reflex. It's a fight or flight reflex. So let's do this. How many of you would like to try this very easy tool? Yeah. So what I want you to do is just close your eyes and take a deep breath. And your job right now is to just sort of lob the question inside. Okay, inner advisor, deepest wisdom, the part of me that knows everything there is to know about me. Pop up some situation that isn't too heavy, but that I still feel a little charge on. It could be sadness. It could be irritation, anger, frustration, annoyance. It could be hurt. Just kind of see whatever pops to mind. And then all you need to do is commune with that feeling and just like, oh, it needs healing. Let's see if we can get this to feel better. And then you can open your eyes and you're going to cross your arms like this. We're going to create a physical bridge and we're going to bridge the brain. So all we do now is we're going to count to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Rub your hands together. Close your eyes. I want you to think to that original feeling or situation and just ask yourself, okay, what's clear to me now? Now, if you want to write down stream of consciousness, what comes to mind, write it down. Otherwise, just collect it in your mind. Okay, what are my learnings? What do I know now about that situation? What is true for me now? What is? And when it feels like you're not getting any more insights, ahas, or learnings, or neutral, calm statements, say, okay, is there anything else that I know now? And if there is, collect it or write it. Okay, so just give me some quick popcorn up, unmute yourself, and popcorn out like, what did that do for you? What's maybe a new learning or idea you have? What are you feeling, same, better, or worse?
A little bit more centered.
A little more centered, okay. Sheldon, it looked like you were writing stuff. Can I put you on the spot?
Kind of like reset my mindset. I'm a little bit more happier now.
A little happier. Okay, good. Excellent. I did not plant him. Okay, good. Yeah, so I did this with, I was giving a talk at Pepperdine to the almost outgoing master's in clinical psych students. I'd gone there and for school, and so they would bring me back almost every semester to speak to the class. And I'd talk to them about how to set up a private practice and how to use some holistic mind-body tools. And I'd never mentioned this before. And there was a guy in the front row who was so skeptical, and he was throwing every question at me, and I was like, argh. And I'll admit, and he emailed me 3 weeks later and he said, oh, I'm really sorry. I was kind of a pain in the butt during that presentation. I had a client come in and he was in a full-blown panic attack and he wanted to leave the session, not have his session. And I said to him, hey, I know this sounds weird, but let's just do this for a little while. And it completely basically reset his nervous system, got him out of the fight or flight. It stopped his panic. And he said, he sat down, we had the best session we've had to date. So for whatever reason, that day and that day only during that presentation, I mentioned it. Why? Because that guy needed to hear it for his guy 3 weeks later. So it really, really works. You do have to collect the learnings though to see how you're in a different space. Okay, so that was butterfly wings, Batman wings. It works very well for children. I've reset kids at the pool who are in a sniff and a tiff and they don't want to go back in the pool and they're going to wreck the rest of the day for all the kids. I'm like, hey buddy, let's sit down, let's do this. And he's like, okay, I'm going to the pool now. And he's like fully reset. It works beautifully and quickly with kids. Okay, next one is something, this is how you contact your inner advisor. It's called the decision-making exercise. Let's say you have something you're really kind of wrestling with. It's not just like, should I have a bagel or fruit salad for breakfast? Okay, this is something like, should we move to Arizona? You know, do I bring on a business partner? Something maybe you're really wrestling with. Ready? Super easy. I suggest maybe when you do it, we won't do it now, you set your timer for maybe 3 to 4 minutes. If you know how to muscle test, you can ask, hey, can I use the decision-making exercise? Would that help me in this situation? Your deepest wisdom through muscle testing will tell you yes or no. And if it says yes, say, how many minutes should I do it for? It'll tell you 1, 2, 3 minutes. So 3 is usually the average. This is so easy. This is called frontal occipital holding. You have one hand on your forehead and one on the back of your head. And you just think about that thing you're wrestling with. And you've got your timer set and you do this for 3 minutes. Now, top secret. This also works on any strong emotion you're feeling. So this could also be a rapid reset. This works about 80% of the time on any strong negative emotion. And we call it, the full name is frontal occipital holding and unwinding. And it's for emotional diffusion. You know, like a bomb squad will diffuse a bomb. We're going to diffuse a bomb, okay? So again, your timer goes off. And what you do then is you just write everything that comes to mind. Because what happened is this kind of woke up your left brain, and the inner advisor from deep down consulted with the body and the soul wisdom and the unconscious. And now you're bringing it all that connection and integration up to the conscious mind when you write your learnings. So you write your learnings. Undoubtedly, when I do this with people, they have a whole new angle on it, or a whole thing they hadn't thought of, or something they suddenly remember that will help them make that decision, have more clarity. Okay. Really works. You just take it on my word. Done all this stuff for at least 18 years, right? That's when I learned them in 2003 or so, right? So there you have that. All right. Would you like 4 productivity hacks? Why not, right? Okay, so those are the mind-body tools that work for about 80% of everything. So we're going to key learning points. So were those pretty easy, you guys? Those are pretty easy, right? Is there any excuse not to use these if you've got hands and fingers? Right? I mean, for real. When people come in, they're like, blah, 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 happened. I'll be like, did you use any of the tools I taught you? Oh no, why would I do that? Because you were upset and now you're spending our time in here and you could have like taken care of it in 3 minutes. They're like, oh shoot, I forgot. No worries. This stuff will not work if you don't use it. So just use it, try it. I mean, got nothing to lose, but maybe 3 minutes of your life, right? So easy button on that. Productivity hacks. All right. If any of you are in sales or have to do a lot of reach out, I don't know if you've ever encountered where you just can't get your butt in a chair to sit down and do it. I don't know. That has happened to me. So I find one of my productivity hacks is to schedule a phone jam, and I'm going to host it. And does anyone know what a phone jam is? So you say, hey, who'd like to come to my phone jam? 9 a.m. This is the Zoom link. We all get on Zoom. We wave at each other. Like not really any chit chat because this is a working session. And then we hit mute, all of us, and we sit there and we make our phone calls. And we might share a win in the chat. Oh, just ask someone if they would host a microbiome reset class. And she said, yes, I'm so excited. Awesome, way to go. And then, right? So you sit there and you do your work. It's like having the accountability, having people right there. And they're doing their work too and getting it done. Heck, you could do this decluttering, okay? Like, I can't get to my office. Hey, you get your best friend on. She's got a decluttering project, I'm sure too. You do too. You can't be in person maybe because you're across state lines or whatever, or it's COVID. Get on Zoom, hold each other accountable that way. Time block, set a base schedule on whatever calendar item you use. So if you know every week, I really have to be doing 4 hours of reach out and I want to be doing 2 hours of personal development and I'm going to start every day with exercise. Put those blocks in. So every week they just come up. Every week they come up. And then sometime in your week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, look at the next week and adjust it for what the next week is going to look like. Okay. And then of course, add and change and modify, but you get your base schedule. That helps a lot. That helped me. Pick out your most important 3 things you must get done each day. The brain cannot focus on more than 3 things. Okay. I love these little pads. They're from Knock Knock pads. Okay. You can get them on Amazon. It's great because it says most critical, would be nice, and not a chance. The not a chance are stuff I don't want to forget, but I'll probably not get to. And then have an accountability partner. You guys share your list however you want to share it. And if you don't get it done, your name is mud. This is tough love here. This isn't like, oh, you weren't feeling well. That's okay, honey. It's like, why didn't you get it done? Get it done. Michael Phelps's coach never said to him, you don't want to swim today? You want to eat crap all day? Ah, it's okay, buddy. Right? Come on. If we want excellence, we have to demand excellence of ourselves. And sometimes it helps if we have someone else. So here we go. My whole career, I bring the best tools to people to help reclaim their happy or get happier in mind and body. And so if you refer someone to me, it's super easy. What I do is I set up an appointment. We go over their health goals, their wellness goals. I ask them where they are in this continuum. I recommend either products or coaching. No one ever has to buy a thing when they consult with me, but if they see something they like or hear about a service I offer that they like, I will help them get that set up, okay? So what we're going to do is, here we have, I got the right slide. All right, so this Tuesday, I'm gonna have a virtual happy hour. We're gonna talk about mood, motivation, metabolism, and money. So if you want, I don't know if you can see the bottom of this. Can you see the bottom of the slide?
Text me at 949-306.
Yeah, you can see it?
Yeah. Mhm.
Perfect. All right, just text me. Super easy if you want to come. And please don't forget, be safe, be kind, and have fun. Have fun. Okay, that helps your happy quotient as well if you schedule fun things. Okay. There you have
Good
it.
job, Amy.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. My daughter thinks that she walks in, she goes, what are you doing?
Totally, right?
Thank you, Amy. That was
Thank you.
very, very interesting. And Jennifer, maybe